council moments.
Well,
We meet once a month, Carl.
I also think that because everybody in town pays county taxes, I think that at least once or twice a year, Bernadette could come tell us kind of what she does in the way of economic development that's directly involved with Chestertown, or failures to locate a business here, or failure, here's the worst failure, to let a business go, and you don't even know the problems that they're having, like some have. Some of the printers that left here, well, I think they left because their working people were getting old and their pensions were getting fat, and they completely abandoned them by going to another state and got a younger workforce. I think that's criminal myself. But they made the county feel like they left because of conditions. They had a great workforce. But losing them, like Reynolds or Baltimore Business Forums and all, that's lethal to us. That's a lot of jobs. Wisco, good, yeah, same thing, printing. That seemed, for some reason, that was big here, and the workforce had developed. And now it's the package up presents and send them out, the bench works. USA fulfillment. These seem to be the jobs that we're getting now, so maybe we need to keep developing that and encouraging more. I hate every time we get a request to take some more of our industrial zoning out of industrial and move it to something else. I hate to do that, because I would like to be ready if somebody says, hey, I'd like to enlarge my facility here.
Well, I'm just curious, and I guess you all would know, how many businesses have we, the county, actually have sought to come here first place, and what was the reason why they didn't come? I mean, yeah, we never get that kind of information, so I'm curious if anything is really being done, because yeah, I've been here 10 years and I haven't seen a new business yet, in terms of a large enough business that can employ 200 or 300 people. I mean, until you have that kind of...
One more try.
They do try. We've got COG meetings where they'll come in and say, we can't tell you the name of the business, but we're very close to getting these people that are gonna, and then
What's the rationale
for
for them
some
not
reason
coming
it
here?
didn't happen, you know.
Yeah.
So, they are,
I mean, I know
would
we
say
can't
that-
always give tax incentives, but I would think that some businesses, actually, when you look at this particular area, the cost of employing people would be lower here than it is in some other areas.
If you spread in tax incentives over 5 years, you know, it doesn't hit your budget as hard. I know, that the county had given, what's the recycling incentive? No,
Oh, CFC?
yeah, out to,
Crayville.
Crayville.
yeah, Crayville. They came here on tax incentives, and, I don't know whether their incentives are getting ready to run out or not, but, you know, that's how they decided to come here.
How many people do they employ?
I don't know
I
for
think
sure,
they
they,
have 20 to 50.
is that what it is?
They do have more than you think. And you read about Maryland too, not being as competitive as Virginia. Big losses in the Baltimore, Washington region. So you kind of wonder about the whole effort, and should we redouble our efforts?
I want to make I want to start to wrap this up actually pretty soon, because I hate having meetings that are more than like an hour and 15 minutes. But I want to make one comment. Somebody said, you know, the town really needs to invest up in this part of town. One of the real challenges that I face as like a politician per se, as it relates to C1, especially these two shopping centers, is I think a lot of people don't realize these are privately owned shopping centers, and even if we all wanted to come in here and plant, you know, 50 trees and add beautiful landscaping, that's really not in our purview because it's privately owned. So I just want to throw that out there because people will see the council debating how to improve the aesthetics of Fountain Park downtown or how to restore the marina. And the perception is out there that all we really care about is downtown, but the reality is those are things that we actually own, and we really don't own this property where we're sitting or any part of it.
I can't talk for everybody, okay?
Yes.
I'm only talking for myself.
Sure.
My contract with Dennis Silicato is rent triple net, okay? When you put the pressure on Dennis to plant a tree, I'm the one who paid for the tree.
Right.
So, most most people don't understand that. They
Yeah.
think that the landlord is paying for it.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, the
Thank,
landlord doesn't
thank,
pay
Ed,
for
thank
it.
you for those trees out there. They look nice. If I hadn't said so before,
They look really nice in the spring.
yeah.
Let me tell you, when that letter comes in January, okay, I own 7%, or not own, rent 7% of the shopping center and 20% of, the AIM store. Okay, that's how it's
Yeah.
broken down. The AIM store is in my, insurance, which we have to pay, and the 7% is the shopping center, and that's the, common maintenance area. And you just, it's difficult to explain
Yeah.
how much is spent in that common area maintenance that I have to pay every year.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. But it's, most people don't understand it. They think, Dennis is gonna come in and do this and this and this.
Well, the other thing that happens is when a center looks to run down,
Absolutely.
we're the ones that often get the blame. So I'm not trying to like say we're not culpable for anything, but I just wanna put that out there, that it can be really frustrating on our end as well.
Absolutely.
When there's potholes or paint jobs needed, and it's not our property, we're really very limited in what we can do as a municipal government.
Absolutely. And one other thing, we are, what should I say, I'm disappointed in how many people aren't here,
Yes.
okay? And I'm not trying to be negative, but a lot of the people, I'm sure, after all these years, feel that, why go?
Neglected, you mean?
And what you guys need to do is maybe somebody come around and say,
Yeah.
hey, the next meeting, we should have many more of these, please.
Well, one thing I was gonna ask you is, how did you find out about this? Did you get the flyer?
The young lady that gives the tickets.
It's a double win.
And just always our customers know it.
So you did get the flyer.
I'm taking note, she's not coming up here.
Yeah, I had a question. We was talking about businesses, employment and whatnot. What is the town doing as far as reentry programs for convicts?
Good question.
Because, I mean, we got a jail right here, and once we get out, not too many businesses here are gonna hire. We're talking about that, partnering with businesses. I mean, you can put in the application 1,000 times with my chemical, they're not gonna call you back.
Yeah.
Neither is Dixon. They the biggest employers in the county. Besides the hospital, and you definitely not getting the hospital with records, so.
Right.
All the big places besides McDonald's, you're not gonna get a job.
It's the first time I
Can I,
heard
can I
that
jump in
question.
on that statement?
Sure.
That, I believe that is an initiative that can be taken on by city government and the faith-based community to
Yeah.
help deal with this. In other municipalities and larger cities, that's how that's been handled. But the government has to give the faith-based community an opportunity or some leeway as to how they can operate, so they can go in to the prison and help educate, and prepare the inmate for coming back into society.
Yeah.
So if that's an opportunity for city government to get involved with the faith-based community, I'm open for working in that area.
My question wasn't so much that, it was
Uh-huh.
to build the relationships for re-entry. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
you make a mistake once, and you judge the rest of your life.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, I mean, how do you, me being a convicted felon, how can I get you to give me a job if I'm just trying to feed my daughter?
Right.
Without you passing judgment saying, oh, you grabbing your wallet because I won't finish it.
Right.
That happens all the time out here. In Chestertown, Kent County.
And I just wanna chime in, when you go in and do assessments on what people need that are in prison, they don't need a lot of times re-entry and rehabilitation, they need habilitation. They didn't have marketable skills prior to incarceration, or if they did, they were striking out a lot of times and feeling hopeless and defeated, angry, and marginalized. So, it's an important distinction when you're trying to help people. Are you talking about rehab, or are you talking about habilitate? And so, creating jobs and teaching people skills, marketable skills, usually when we're doing that, we're looking at habilitation, not rehabilitation.
I'm talking re-entry.
Yeah, re-entry.
Like
So this
just
is very
from
important part.
back into civilization,
From
back into
incarcerated.
I got all the skills in the world, but my record will stop me from getting
An opportunity.
a lot of jobs. Like
Stigma.
I had a job at
Stigma.
Bank of America in Newark. Had a start date and everything.
Mhm.
My background check came back and they said don't come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an interesting, I don't know if the town's ever had any programs.
Have you ever tried?
Didn't know.
I don't know.
Never had the question, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm glad people are bringing it up.
What's
I'm
that?
glad it's a courageous conversation.
That
That's what we need.
that could be sort of. I mean, I couldn't say that's neglect. You know, we got a jail here. Like it's not no. You know, people in there and you know people come out. You didn't think that maybe people would have some trouble?
I'm sure there are things that people don't think about. No, it's.
When the last
I'm
time you forgot about toilet paper?
Well, that's a really good question. But my family does, cause they'll say, could somebody go upstairs and get us some? Cause there's none here, thank you.
I just wanna, thank you for giving,
Thank
those
you.
of us who are not in the business community an opportunity.
Sure,
to-
sure.
To see what goes on and, to share in this. But it seems like that, you all have a lot on your plate to try to get other businesses. It seems to me that there's issues that businesses can help you and you can help businesses if you can get them all together. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming that you're gonna, well, we encourage you to continue to try to have forums with the businesses in the
Yeah,
area and see if
just so
some
you
other
guys know,
things
and
can work out.
I think I said this at the beginning, this is the first, in theory, in a series of forums that we're gonna be having. This is for the C1 General Commercial District, which is kinda, as I said, up here, up in this end of town. Our next one will be the C2, I don't know, call it the Historic Commercial
Yeah,
District,
yeah.
for lack of a better word. It's basically downtown businesses, and then C3 is the businesses from Aquafit out to Radcliffe Mill, and basically from the Chester River Bridge up to this intersection here. So there will be other forums. I want to thank all of you guys for coming, whether you're a business owner or just a concerned citizen. And we support you, and hopefully this is the start of a open, constructive dialogue moving forward. If anybody ever wants to email us,
When's the next meeting?
we haven't set the date for the C2.
I mean, next time y'all
With-
town hall meeting.
Next Monday night,
Monday night, where's that at?
Town Hall, 118 North Cross Street,
We
First
meet
and
the
third Monday.
first and third Mondays of every
every
month,
month,
7:30,
Everybody's welcome,
So,
nobody's ever.
third
barred from
Monday
the
is
council.
17th.
the 17th.
17th.
Okay.
So again, thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much for letting us use your venue.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie.